On the day that I'm doing this reel, it is still a gray day in Virginia Beach, very cold. I am very grateful that I have a heating system that continues to hum along and keep me warm. And I hope that that is the same for you wherever you are. And if your power is out, I pray that it comes back soon so that you can have warmth. I've been there before when the power's gone out and it's been extremely cold. It is not a fun place to be. But I wanted to just come on today to share a little bit about one of my favorite passages of Scripture. I've spoken about this before, but it's from the fifth chapter of John's Gospel about the invalid man at the pool at Bethesda. He had been there 38 years, lying on a mat. And when Jesus came and asked him if he wanted to be healed, he didn't say yes or no. He made excuses. He said, there's nobody to help me in the water. Whenever the water is stirred up, everybody goes ahead of me and there's no one to help me. He made excuses. And that's always intrigued me, why he made excuses. And I think about those mats, those comfort zones that we all lie on in our lives, here, there, everywhere. And we'll make excuses for not getting off of them, even though we feel stuck, even though we feel comfortable but not happy. We just make excuses because we fear what's ahead. We fear losing something or someone. We fear the unknown. We fear what people think. It could be a number of things. And I had this in my Holy Yoga class a couple of weeks ago. And because I know all those students, I called them by name when they were standing in mountain pose. And I told them to imagine Jesus standing in front of them, saying to them, for example, Amy, rise, pick up your mat and walk. I did that with every person there because it makes it personal. And so I'm doing that again this Saturday when I lead a group of women at a church here in Virginia Beach. I'm going to be speaking and leading them in Holy Yoga, and that's going to be my focus as well. And I would encourage you to go to the Gospels and read the first part of chapter 5 in John's Gospel. Just read that story and think about the mats on which you lay. Now, I want to share something a little personal with you. One of my sons and I have been blasted out of comfort zones in the last couple of weeks. I'm going to be posting a blog, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, written from the heart with dignity and respect and love for both me and someone else. But it was truly a descent into hell for me. My body went into shock. And nothing earth-shattering, but something I wasn't expecting. And it blasted me out of my comfort zone. And once I got out of that healing cocoon, which is what the blog is about, I'm in a much better place. I feel stronger, and I am slowly moving forward. I was blasted out of a comfort zone. This past Friday, my older son was taken by ambulance to the Medical University of South Carolina. I don't think he would mind my sharing this. He was having heart pain. He was having palpitations. His blood pressure was going crazy. And they ran all sorts of tests on him. Everything checked out. But one thing that he has done, and I'm sure many of you do, is drinking energy drinks. He drinks a lot of coffee, on the job. And energy drinks. And I've been on his case about that. And that was a wake-up call for him. It was a blast out of this comfort zone of the daily energy drinks and too much caffeine. And for the past 4 days, he's had 0 caffeine. He is done with energy drinks. And get this, he's sleeping so much better. His back pain, which has been chronic, has drastically dropped. He feels more clear-headed. But it took him being blasted out of his comfort zone. When my late husband was hit head on by that loaded dump truck back in 1988, he would have told anyone afterwards, and he did, that he felt God allowed that. Russ was very wrapped up in his body. He was a semi-pro bodybuilder, and he ended up losing his right leg above the knee in that car accident. So that part of his life was over, bodybuilding. He got his priorities back in order. But it took a blast out of the comfort zone. Those blasts can hurt, they can be painful. I would rather just get up, slowly get up, and pick up my mat and walk rather than having it take an explosion, an explosive event to get me off that. So that's what I want to share with you today. I want you to think about those comfort zones where you are, where you're feeling stuck, why you continue to stay there. Examine your fears. Think about what you really want. Don't wait for it to take something that just is earth-shattering, that brings you down, humbles you, to get you off that mat. So that's my message today, and I hope you'll take it to heart. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great week. Stay warm. The weather is still cold. Have a great day.